Hello and welcome to Liverpool Report. This is your home for all the latest Liverpool news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Anfield. The rumoured tension between Liverpool duo Mohamed Salah and Darwin Nunez appears to be nothing but hearsay, judging by the latter's recent comments. After the Reds' heartbreaking Champions League penalty shootout defeat to Paris Saint-Germain, footage of Salah appearing to blank Nunez was uploaded to social media. The moment took place after Gianluigi Donnarumma saved Nunez's penalty. Salah appeared to be standing away from Virgil van Dijk, Cody Gakpo, Ryan Gravenberch, Andy Robertson, Harveyelliott, Wataru Endo, Jarell Quansah, and Curtis Jones, who himself suffered a failed spot kick later on, while they were consoling Nunez at the halfway line. The new footage showed the Egyptian to be the only teammate not to console Nunez. However, despite the frosty-looking optics on the Anfield turf, Nunez's previous comments suggest he and Salah do have a good working relationship. When asked about Salah, Nunez said only this week to TNT Sports Mexico, "He has an incredible mentality. When you arrive at the club, you see him there before everyone else, working hard. He has an incredible mentality and I always try to watch and learn from him. He is an example for many. Sometimes we joke with him. I tell him he doesn't give me a good pass. And we laugh about it in the dressing room. The Reds crashed out of the competition, losing 4-1 in the dreaded shootout. They came into Anfield with the narrowest of advantages, having beaten the League One champions 1-0 in the French capital. On this occasion, it was Luis Enrique's side who struck first blood through Ousmane Dembele's early strike. Despite some sensational football from PSG and Liverpool, the tie was not decided until a nerve-wracking shootout. After Salah scored Liverpool's first penalty, Nunez and Jones both saw their efforts saved by the gigantic Donnarumma, while Desire Doué, Dembele, Goncalo Ramos and Vitinha all scored with their spot kicks. It was a huge opportunity missed for the Merseysiders, who would have faced Aston Villa in the quarter-finals. Having been shockingly knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth Argyle, the Reds' sole focus is now the Premier League title, where they currently sit 15 points clear of second-placed Arsenal, and the League Cup final, where they face Newcastle United at Wembley on Saturday, March 15th. The Reds will be sweating over the fitness of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Ibrahima Konate, who both picked up knocks against PSG. While Alexander-Arnold is likely to be sidelined for the Wembley clash, there's hope that Konate might make a swift recovery. After the match, Slot said, "I have to ask." But for me, Konate was more that he was tired than it was an injury. With Trent, he had to come off. That's never a good sign, and from what I heard from people that saw the images or how he got injured, that didn't look very good, so I would be surprised if he is available for Sunday. Liverpool have a chance to bounce back immediately from their agonizing Champions League exit against PSG by winning the Carabao Cup on Sunday. The Reds face Newcastle at Wembley as Arne Slot bids to win his first trophy at Anfield since joining from Feyenoord last summer. While there will be huge disappointment about crashing out of Europe on penalties against the French side, Liverpool will now switch their focus to the final as Slot aims to end the season with a league and cup double. Mirror Football has rounded up some of the biggest Liverpool stories as the countdown begins to this weekend's huge showpiece at Wembley. Virgil van Dijk seems like the most likely of Liverpool's out-of-contract trio to sign a new deal at Anfield, but the club captain is still being cagey about his future, and it seems there's a bit of tension now over constant speculation. Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold have also had ongoing questions about whether they will be Liverpool players beyond the summer. Salah has consistently said he is no closer to agreeing fresh terms, while Alexander-Arnold has been strongly linked with a move to Real Madrid. but there have been reports Van Dijk has signed a new deal and is staying quiet out of respect for the other two players. But the 33-year-old has hit back at those suggestions as he slammed liars who have been speculating on his future. "I've no idea," he said, about his future after Liverpool's defeat to PSG. "I still have no idea at the moment. Genuinely, I have no idea at the moment. Talks aren't on hold, nothing's on hold. I keep saying the same thing. Listen, there are 10 games to go, and that's my full focus. If there is news, you guys will know it. I don't even know myself. Everyone knows there are some conversations behind the scenes, but that's about it. At the moment, I don't even know what will happen next year. If anyone says they do know, they're lying to your face. A penalty shootout is always a lottery, and Arneslot won't have been too harsh on his players after watching curtisjones and Darwin Nunez miss their efforts against PSG. Salah was the only Liverpool player to convert his kick as Luis Enrique's men secured a 4-1 victory in the shootout to reach the quarter-finals. PSG had a slight advantage going into the shootout as they won the coin and opted to kick towards the Anfield Road end of the stadium. But club legend Jamie Carragher questioned why PSG were allowed to not only choose which end to shoot at, but also take the first kick. Vitinha ended up successfully converting PSG's first penalty of the shootout before Goncalo Ramos, Ousmane Dembele and Desire Doué joined him in slotting their efforts. Discussing the surprising situation, Carragher said, "One thing I couldn't work out with the penalties was obviously there was a coin toss with Virgil van Dijk and PSG's captain. PSG must have won it to take it to the other end away from the Kop, but then also took the first penalty. So I wasn't quite sure what happened there. Normally you only get one advantage and the other team gets the first penalty, but PSG deserved to go through. Newcastle have already taken down Nottingham Forest, Chelsea and Arsenal in this competition, already impressively brushing aside the Gunners 4-0 on aggregate in the semi-finals, and will have no fear of the league leaders." Kieran Trippier has now fired a warning at Liverpool, insisting the team are now more relaxed about the final after appearing in the 2023 showpiece, and said the club had learned a lot from the experience, including staying too close to Wembley. "Staying at the Hilton was too close, shall we say," Trippier said after Monday's win away at West Ham. "It's about learning. The club learned a lot from the first time around. A lot more things are well organised this time. I'm not saying it was bad last time, but we're more prepared because we've been in this position now. We played united in the last cup final, and we're more relaxed. Now, we've just got to review this game at the London Stadium and look forward to another special occasion at the weekend against Liverpool."